But yeah, I'm not, fuck the intro. We're just gonna go straight into it. So, okay, so, gee, what the fuck, man? I have been watching and keeping up on all of the Battlefield 6 leaks. Now, this isn't going to be a massive, consistent leak video or a script for that matter. This is going to be off the cuff, live comp of Battlefield 4. And plot twist, I'm actually on Xbox One right now. I'm on the Xbox One version of Battlefield 4. I don't know why. I just decided, you know what, I want to play some Battlefield 4 and I want to do a plot twist and play it on Xbox One. So there's actually 2 full servers. I'm on one of the full servers. That was cool. That was cool. Okay, I don't know how I'm alive, but that was cool. I don't know why. I've been keeping up on the. How are you alive, sir? Been keeping up on the Battlefield 6 leaks, and I've just recently watched a complete weapon list of Battlefield 6. Some guy was in the playtest, obviously he was leaking it, and he was showing off in that current build. Oh, I used that, that's right. In the current build that he was playing, he showed off all of the guns. So, this is actually the next day. And we're on a TDM server on Operation Locker. So let's see how this goes. It's not a full server. That's the amount of players that are here. And yeah, I'll list off the guns here in a second. And I'll start off with assault rifles and then go down in category from there. And I'm gonna try and list these off one by one. Not spend too much time on them unless I have to add something about it. So the first gun is, we saw it in the first teaser trailer, the first 10-second gameplay clip that we got, which is the M4A1. Now, when the leaked footage first started coming out, hello, dude, I must have scared the shit out of you. The first leaked footage we saw, one of the first clips that I saw, the guy was using the M4. Now, the M4 looked very similar to the same model that's in... Jesus. That is in Squad. And it's basically just the standard military M4. And then next up, we have the XM7, or some of you might know it as the SIG MCX Spear. This weapon is the United States Army's new service weapon. They're kind of trying to phase out the M4 because I guess whatever bullshit army excuse they're gonna say. God, I'm getting destroyed. Next up, we have the AK-205. Don't be confused with the AK-105. They're basically the same thing. It's just the AK-205 is a more modernized version of the AK-105 with modern furnitures like handguards, pistol grips, etc. Probably updated internals of the gun, like a bolt carrier group, a trigger, new magazines, etc. Can I dice, please? Oh, next up we have the G36C. Now, this specific G36 in-game, I've showed you pictures so far of the guns listed, but this G36 is, I'm not sure if it's the C variant or the K variant, or it could be like a more modernized version of the G36C, but this model specifically in the video that I saw, it was a more modernized version of the G36C. It had some type of long, maybe a long handguard that was also an M-lock handguard. It had some type of 3x optic with some kind of foregrip at the end, like a stick foregrip, a vertical foregrip. That's the word. Jesus, fucking stick. What? Next up, we have the G3A4. Now, the G3A4 obviously is a little bit different to the G3A3. It's probably got updated internals. It's got a wired stock instead of a full stock. It's pretty much, from my knowledge, the only difference. Oh, the classic Battlefield 4 jump. But yeah, we're gonna move on to that. So the G3 has been in Battlefield games before. It's in Battlefield 3. It might have been in the Bad Company games. I think it's inside of Battlefield Hardline. But for some reason, they skipped Battlefield 4. It's not in Battlefield 4, which is a little bit sad because I really like the G3 platform. And then next up, we have the British militaries. I'm not sure if the British Marines use these. I know the Army does 100%, but as just for the British military, we have the more updated version of the L86A2, which is in this game. Nice little three-piece. That being the L85A3. There is that 45 Hertz server kicking in. Half of those bullets out of that magazine did not register. Now, any of my fellow Brits down in the comments, I don't think I have many British viewers, but if you happen to have been in the military, let me know, or currently are, if you're allowed to. Is the L85A3 better than the L85A2? I would actually really like to know that, because I personally actually really like the L86 and the L85, which are currently in Battlefield 4 and 3. Next up, we have the Tavor 7, which is made by IMI. And the Tavor 7, think of it as a, just from the outside look and outside perspective, the Tavor 7 is basically the TAR-21's bigger brother. The Tavor 7 is a 308 version of, at least again from the outside perspective, is a 308 version of the MTAR or the TAR-21, that type of platform. Which those two guns are chambered in 5.56. This one's 7.62 by 51 or 308. Oh. Yeah, that 45 Hertz servers are dog water. I do not miss 45 Hertz servers. Nice kill. Next up, we have the H&K 433. Now, if you've played Modern Warfare 2019 or you're currently playing Black Ops 6, the HK433 was called the Kilo 141 in Modern Warfare 2019 and Black Ops 6 because it has been recently added to Black Ops 6, which doesn't really make sense for Black Ops 6's time period, but we can only trust an IW to keep guns grounded in the time period they're making their game in, because you can't trust you can't trust Sledgehammer to do it because they put a fucking laser rifle and a modern-day assault rifle inside of Call of Duty Vanguard, their last fully developed title. But that's a rant for a different time. And then next up is a bit of an odd gun, and we haven't seen this in any other FPS shooter ever. I don't think we have. It's the 6P67 Cord, which I actually looked this weapon up, and I knew of its existence before, but the 6P67 Cord, actually, it pre-exists the why is this guy teabagging every time he kills me? Pre-exists the AAK-971, which is in Battlefield 4, it's in Battlefield 3, it might even be in the Bad Company games, and it's also in 2042. This is the pre-existing version of the AAK-971, so that's pretty cool to see it for the first time ever, possibly in an FPS shooter. So it looks really funky, it looks weird. Treyarch actually took the design partially of this gun and put it into their version of the AEK in Black Ops 6, because you can kind of see the design similarities. That's kind of what the COD devs have been doing recently, is they'll take a bunch of different weapons and they'll put them together and then just call it what they're trying to resemble instead of just modeling the full weapon they're doing, which COD devs be really retarded recently with their design. I don't deserve that kill with their weapon choice. Go away. I need to stop full autoing. Okay, next up we have the MSBS Grot. Now this is there's two different versions of the MSBS Grot, and I believe this is a Polish weapon, and the only reason why I'm questioning if it's a Polish weapon is because just from the word Grot, it kind of sounds like a Polish thing, next to like the Polish is like Special Ops Unit Grom. He should be dead. There's that 45 Hertz server ticking in. But it's basically, there's two versions of this gun. There's a bullpup version, and then there's a normal style assault rifle. This version specifically that's in Battlefield 6 right now is the bullpup version. The only other gun to compare it to would be the MDR, the 308 and the 5.56 Desert Tech MDR. That's kind of the closest other weapon system to compare it to. So there's that. Unfortunately, the MDR isn't in Battlefield 6. I would love it because the MDR, the only first-person shooter the MDR is in, is Tarkov. And actually, I think it might be in Battlefield Hardline. I'm not entirely sure on that. It's also in Insurgency Sandstorm. This assault rifle we have is the QBZ 191. 192. Now, there actually is a 191 that exists. Because I had to look this up because I'm not familiar with the Chinese service weapons. This is the only guy consistently killing me. And of course he's using an AS Val, one of the most insane carbines in Battlefield 4. But rage aside, the QBZ 192 is, there's some other leaked footage of some guy. It's like a 20-minute video where he's only using the 192. Now, right now we're using the QBZ 95-1. I believe that's what this gun... Yeah, the QBZ 95-1. Think of the QBZ 192. This gun just unbullpupified. That's basically what that gun is. It's basically this gun just unbullpupified. So it kind of looks like a MK47 Mutant, if anyone knows who that is or knows what that gun is. If you play Tarkov, you know what the Mutant is. Oh, nope, he's gonna win that fight. So it's basically this gun unbullpupified, looks like an AK, looks like the MK47 Mutant, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And next up, now, I'm assuming in this game, in Battlefield 6, this is considered a assault rifle, but in real life, the H&K 417A is a DMR, it's a battle rifle. But in Battlefield 6, it is considered an assault rifle. It also goes full auto. Now, this gun is actually in 2042, so it's in a previous Battlefield title. He's gonna win this fight. So, yeah, so if you want to know how it shoots, then play 2042 to play it. Now, as for the animation, don't worry, it's not a reused asset. The animation's different, the gunshot is different, and the weapon manipulation of your character is it's completely different from 2042. There's only been 2 guns so far and some other animations that aren't weapon related that I have seen that are straight up 2042 ports, and that could just be a placeholder animation because this is a pre-alpha state of the game right now. And obviously some people might take that out of context and think that, wow, the game's been in development for this amount of years and it's still in pre-alpha. What we are playing is a completely different build from what the devs are working on currently. Alright, get your Battlefield 4 bullshit out of here, you sweat lord, Jesus Christ. So yeah, we're playing a pre-alpha version. DICE or Battlefield Studios could be on the beta version of the game already. They could be on a higher version of the game already. We don't know. But just keep in mind, when anyone gets access to the pre-alpha Battlefield Labs version of Battlefield 6 or the beta version, you're not knifing me. Damn. So yeah, just keep that in mind. We'll be playing a different build from the actual live build that Battlefield Labs and DICE are working on. I'm just going to call them DICE from now on. And then next up, I'm assuming there's going to be a similar weapon category to Battlefield 4 where there are assault rifles, carbines, DMRs, shotguns, LMGs, marksman rifles, snipers, and PDWs. I would classify this gun as a PDW, and that is the Scar SC. Now, the Scar SC is a bit of a weird choice from FN Hersel, so I'm not sure. This gun does exist. It's basically an extremely shortened Scar L, basically, is what it is. So the Scar SC is basically a PDW version of the Scar L, and maybe there's even a Scar H variant of this gun. I'm not sure. It looks very weird. It's not something I would want, like, maybe I would want it in real life just to say, hey, I have a PDW version of the Scar. My cousin actually owns a Scar L, or a Scar H. Yeah, my cousin owns a Scar H. He paid a lot of money for that Scar H. We haven't shot it yet, which is a bit of a bummer, because I really want to shoot it. And this dude, man, this guy and the one other dude, that guy, all they do is jump when they get into combat. Like, fucking hell. Next up is a similar gun to what we have in Battlefield 4. The SG-553, this is the R version, which would be, my guess, just by looking at the image, would be the 7.62x3.9 version of the SG-553. The one we have in this game right now, I'll switch to a bit later, is the, I believe, the 5.56 version of the SIG 553, which is also a carbine. That didn't really work out for... This is the only dude killing me, by the way. And then next up for SMGs, we have the SIG MPX. Now, the SIG MPX, I believe, was in 2042. In retrospective, for the latest Battlefield, I could be playing 2042 because it is the latest Battlefield game, and it has the most similarities to Battlefield 6 with the playtest, because I'm pretty sure it's the same Frostbite engine that they're using, which, I don't know about you guys, but the 2042's version of Frostbite, it just does not look as good as Battlefield 1's engine and Battlefield 5's engine, which 1 and 5 are practically the same version of Frostbite, just 5's a little bit more updated. And I don't know, I don't like the look of 2042. It looks a lot more arcadey, and it doesn't look serious enough, which, I got knifed by the dude. That's cool. But yeah, MPX. Now, the animations for the MPX in the game and the sound are currently the same as 2042. The reload animation's the same, short and long. The gun sound is the same. Even when it's suppressed, it's the same. The recoil pattern's the same. Again, this could just be a placeholder type of thing. I really hope it is, because I really dislike 2042's weapon animations and sound design in general. I just didn't like it, wasn't a fan of it. Hold on. What the? Why are you teabagging? Like, that didn't help you at all. You just lost the gunfight, you fucking weirdo. Fucking sweating your ass off for no reason. Sorry, rage aside. Someone's using the XM25. I hope that doesn't return in this game. Or Battlefield 6. The XM25 was... It was... Jesus, it was fucking cancer upon Battlefield. And DICE, Battlefield Labs, please don't add it. Same with mortars. Do not... Unless you balance them extremely, do not add them to the game. But yeah, MPX. Next up we have the Crisp Vector. Now the Crisp Vector is in gray box form currently, as of the video that I watched. The only thing animated on it is the reload animations, and I believe the gun sound is there, but everything else is in gray box form. There's no textures to it. It's just the gun's modeled, but it doesn't have textures. It doesn't have wear and tear on the gun, etc. The APC-9... Can you just fight me like a man and quit running every time I shoot you? Fucking hell. But the APC-9 is another SMG/PDW. Now, if you've played Modern Warfare 2019, you know what the APC-45 is. It's not called that in the game. I forgot what it's called in Modern Warfare 2019, but APC-9, excuse me, the APC-10, excuse me. That was in the Labs playtest. It's basically a 10mm version of the APC-9 and the APC-45. So it's an entire platform of PDWs. There's 3 different versions: 45 ACP, 10mm auto, and 9mm parabellum. I'm pretty sure there might be even a 40 cal version. I'm not entirely sure though. And then next up, everyone's favorite MP5, but it's not the MP5 we all love. It's not the 80s style in the 90s, early 2000s version of the MP5. This is a more up-to-date, die please, modern version of the MP5. It's actually the MP5 MLI. The full animations, full texturing, full everything, basically. There's always a dude that camps there on the TDM version of this map. And then next up, we have the UMP-45. Now, this could be a different chambered UMP. In the video, the person says it's the UMP-40, but I'm pretty sure it's a typo. I even Googled it. There's no official H&K UMP-40s that exist. I mean, for all I know, there could be one, and I just didn't look deep enough. But for right now, it's the UMP-45. I'm pretty sure it was in 2042. We know it's in this game, Battlefield 4. It's in Battlefield 3. Pretty much every Battlefield that has the UMP-45. And Battlefield 4, this game, specifically also has the UMP-9, which is just a 9mm version that also shoots a little bit faster. The RPM's a little bit faster. Fucking die, you weirdo. Dude is such a weirdo. And then next up, I'm showing you a specific image, and I want to clarify this image. This image is a picture of a gas blowback airsoft gun. And the only reason why I chose an airsoft gun as the picture to resemble the MP7, which is the A2 variant of the MP7, is because the model in-game is exactly what the picture I'm showing you right now. It was exactly tricked out like the picture. So that's the only reason why I chose an airsoft version of it, because I couldn't find a real steel version of an MP7A2 that had this same exact camo scheme and attachments. 2 PDWs left. The P90's back. It's in gray box form. It's not fully finished. The only thing finished is the animations, which the animations are pretty good. In my opinion, DICE and the people who make Battlefield always lack on the weapon manipulation and weapon animations department. They always lack that. I always thought that, even though Battlefield 4 is one of my favorite Battlefield games of all time. The animations in this game are very simplistic. They don't scream, oh my god, that's amazing. Every Battlefield, all the animations, I really just don't like them. They're always lacking, in my opinion. In 2042, the animation department for the weapons is just it's like the worst Battlefield title when it comes to weapon animations. It's dog shit, in my opinion. PDW, I can't find if it actually exists right now. It's called the ARA PDW. I'm not sure what it's actually called in-game, because right now all of the weapons don't have their names currently. They just have like Machine Gun 1 or SMG 2. This one's a bit weird. It's kind of like the PDW 57 that uses P90 mags, but this one uses like Glock magazines, and it reloads in a very, very weird form. It like reloads out of the side of the handguard. You take the magazine out, then you put it back in, and then you slap it closed. It's a very weird PDW, and there's a family of these guns in the game right now, and they're called ARA PDW, ARA DMR, and etc. I can't find a real one at all. I spent like an hour trying to find a real one, and the only thing I get for ARA PDW are like short SBRs of like M4s or 308s and stuff. So I'm not sure this weapon exists. This could be a make-believe weapon that Battlefield Labs made for this game's universe. So we're going to continue on to LMGs. So the first LMG in the game right now is the M250. Now the M250 was one of the guns that was in the running for the NGSW, the Next Generation Weapon System for the United States Army, and it ended up losing to the 338 Norma LMG. I can't remember its real life name. In Modern Warfare 2019, Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3, it's called the RAL LMG, but I can't remember its name in real life. I think it's literally called the 338 Norma Mag LMG or something. which is just insane. An LMG chambered in 3.3 at Lapua is insane. That's, you know, a shoulder fire LMG and not like the 50 cal, like the M250 cal. But yeah, the M250, it's fully modeled. It's not gray box. It's got full textures, full weapon reload animations, and so on. Also, I believe it was in Battlefield 2042, but it was called the Avances or something. I think that's the same weapon, but I could be mistaken. And man, and that leads me on to the next gun for LMGs, which is the M249 Para, which is basically the M249 SAW, just a paratrooper version. That's exactly what the gun we're using right now. This is the M249 Para. The only difference is it's got a different retractable, collapsible stock, and it's a short-barreled version. Basically, just easier for paratroopers to use. Basically, that's the only difference. As for the next LMG is the MG4K. Now, the MG4 is in Battlefield 4. I think this is the only Battlefield title with the MG4 in it. Jesus, that was insane. God, this M249's ripping. Oh, you looked the wrong way, buddy. Jesus Christ, we're fucking slaying with a 249. Might be even BM 2042 via Portal, and that is the RPK. Now, this is the modernized version of the RPK, literally just called RPKM. Now, that's not the actual official designation of the RPK. Oh, nice knife. I think it's actually called the RPK-74M. Why is everyone teabagging me? What is going on? Did I piss in someone's Fruit Loops? Like, or does he recognize my gamer tag? With that being said, this specific gun model of the RPK-74M in Battlefield Labs is... Hold on. Okay, there we go. Is the handguard's different compared to the IRL RPK-74M, which is that the handguard in-game is a elongated, like, Xenical style M-lock. Xenical, as far as my knowledge, I don't think Xenical makes M-lock rails, but this handguard is, it goes a little bit further past the gas block of the AK, and it's a tan M-lock handguard for the AK. I couldn't get a good glimpse at the stock of the RPK, so I don't know if the stock is like your standard RPK stock or not. It could be like a standard buffer tube attached stock to the RPK. Next up, another gun from previous Battlefield titles. I believe it was only in this game, Battlefield 4. And that was the U-100. And this one was a little bit more of a... He has no clue where he's getting shot from. This one's a little bit more modernized. Compared to Battlefield 4's U-100. One of my favorite American 308 LMGs is the M240 Bravo is in this game. Now, it's not fully modeled. The animations are a bit wonky. It reminds me of 2042, which I'm a bit concerned about, but again, placeholder, so animations could be more fleshed out and look a little bit better and more realistic and more grounded. But this one's called the M240L, which the only thing that I can think of is this is just the barrel shortened and it's a little bit more lighter than the M240B. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And it's obviously, it was in Battlefield 3, it was in Battlefield 4, it's in 2042 through Portal, and it feels... I feel like... Oh, he was up there. I thought that my teammate getting shot was getting... yeah. They have the M27 IAR. Now, the last Battlefield, for my knowledge, This could... Actually, never mind. I think this is in Portal in 2042. But the last full Battlefield title that the M27 IAR was in was Battlefield 3, and it was classified as an LMG, which it kind of... Oh my god. It kind of is classified as an LMG in real life. It's more of a... it literally stands for Infantry Assault Rifle, so it's more of a squad support weapon. And then next up we have finally another Battlefield title with this gun in it. It's in this game. It is the M60E4. So, yeah, the M60E4, maybe even the M60E6 is returning to Battlefield, finally, is the M39 EMR. Now on to I'm going to assume the last 2 DMRs in the game, or marksman rifles, or battle rifles, or whatever they're going to call them in this title. And that is which is actually already in 2042 as the SVK. And this is the SVCH, which is just... There's multiple different variants of this gun. That's why I picked a picture that has well, from my understanding, all of the variants of this gun, as I can't target acquisition. So, yeah, the SVCH, which is chambered in various different... that's weird. Various different... calibers. Jesus, English is hard. They also have like a shorter version too. And then the last DMR is the SVDM, which is pretty self-explanatory. It's just a modernized and shortened SVD Dragunov. Maybe, hopefully, the SVD will be in the game. I'm kind of hoping Battlefield Labs has a multi-platform style of system in the game to where you could have like the M4 platform, but you could have like different variants of the M4, different caliber versions of the M4. That would be really cool. I really hope Battlefield does that, because I would love to see, like, you have your M4, but under the M4 you could use a 416, or you could use like a MCX with like 300 blackout. You could use like a 9mm version of an M4, like a 7.6239 version, a 308, etc. You get my point. Okay, so moving off of DMRs, we had a really badass, I'm assuming this is 308, this could be 300 Win Mag, this could be, God, there's so many different calibers of sniper rifles that exist. Okay. But this is the... here's someone... Yeah, I thought I heard someone. Almost killed him. But we have the M2010 ESR, which is, think of it like a highly modified and raced out spec for performance and accuracy and precision Remington 700. Just think of it that way. But yeah, the M2010 ESR, it looks so sexy, it looks so clean. Not too familiar with the Barrett MRAD. That is the next weapon that we are showing here. Now, this was in previous Battlefield titles, and I'm only saying that because the M98B and the Barrett MRAD look very similar. And the Barrett MRAD was actually in Modern Warfare 2 2022 as the MCPR, which is by far one of my favorite rifles in that game. I'm sorry that I keep comparing Call of Duty. I know some people will get a little bit mad about that, but sniper sounds right now in the labs test, they sound very similar to the snipers in this game. So I think the only reason why they're doing that is just to get some nostalgia into Battlefield 6 with importing some Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 sounds, because some of the death sounds are straight up Battlefield 4 death sounds. Which is great. I actually love that they put that in the game, because it's a huge nostalgia hit, and it's also just hilarious hearing the same sounds in a modern day shooter. SV98M. Now the SV98, I'm pretty sure it was in every Battlefield title. I know it's in 3. I know it's in 4. It might be in 2042. It might be in Hardline, but I can't say for certain. And I know it's in the Bad Company games. It's in Escape from Tarkov or any of my tactical shooter enjoyers. I mean, holy awkward. I don't really enjoy Tarkov anymore because I don't really like BSG. I think BSG is not a very good company. But that's besides the point. And then now we're moving on to shotguns. We actually only have 3 shotguns, which is kind of a bummer. And that's kind of been a cycle in the recent Battlefield titles, is not really getting a lot of shotguns. So that is and this is the real name, the 18.5 KSK, which basically think of it as the civilian version of the Saiga 12, which is in this game. It's in Battlefield 3, and I'm pretty sure it's in Battlefield 2042 as well. So it's just a 12 gauge AK platform style of gun. And then next up we have the Mossberg 590A1, which is just a 12 gauge pump action. I'm pretty sure it might be in 2042. I'm not entirely sure. It's similar to the Remington 870, just a little bit. So that's pretty much it. The animations aren't fully done. I believe it has full textures and fully modeled and stuff. But other than that, yeah, the reload animation's a bit weird. It's a little bit weird, just a little. And then lastly for shotguns, we have a Marine's favorite shotgun, the M1014, the Benelli M1014, or the Benelli M4. And this one has, I believe, no, this one is not fully textured. It's just got the gun model. The reload animation is there, but it's very glitchy and it's not fully finished. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's all of the shotguns. Only 3, which is a bit depressing. I would like to see a little bit more shotguns. English. Man, I have just been having a stroke this entire video. 2 pistols. Now, the one pistol everyone has seen, and it's fully finished with animations, textures, dirt and grime, wear and tear, is the SIG P320. If a 1911 version, a version of a 1911 that I really, really want, and this is only this pistol is only like a Marine pistol. Only Marines can use this pistol, and that is the Colt M45A1. We have the 5.7. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this is actually the 5.7. I'm just going off of how it looks. On the gun, it says 5.7. It looks like the version I have on screen right now, a more updated version. And this 5.7 in game right now actually has a fire select to where it can go burst. Now I don't know if that's like the real modern version of the 5.7 can go burst, but that's very weird that a handgun can go burst fire if you're not including like the Raffica. The Glock 22, now the Glock 22 I believe is chambered in 10 mil. So we have a 10 mil Glock, the Raging Hunter. Now the caliber in game I think is 44 Magnum or 357. I couldn't get a good look at the caliber. It's definitely not 500 Magnum. The TRR8, which is just a very short 357 Magnum revolver. It could be 44 as well. And then lastly we have 2 melee weapons, and that is the knife, just a standard K-bar knife, and then a sledgehammer. So yeah, that has been all of the weapons so far in the leaked Battlefield Labs playtest. This video that I watched as of right now, as of reporting, was 3 days ago. The person that recorded it and leaked the footage this could have been older Battlefield Labs playtest. It could be you know, an older one or a recent one. But yeah, that is all the weapons in Battlefield 6 as of current leaks. By the time this video goes up, there could be even more, and I'll try and update the description down below if there's any more weapons that happen to come out and get leaked. So without further ado, like, subscribe, ding the notification bell so you guys know when I upload next. Sorry for this long video talking about Battlefield 6 while playing Battlefield 4, and I'll see you guys in the next video.